Consider supporting Archaeosoup on Patreon for as little as $1 per month. Link available in the video description. Thank you.
Oh, I'm not sure what happened there. Hello again, and welcome back to Digging the Game in 2020. It's a new year, and I just had a stream collapse for, I think my dog pulled a lead out of something. Anyway, I'm back. We're back, 2020, and we're here to play a game called North. Now, North first came to my attention a couple of years ago in 2018 when it was released on the Nintendo Switch, and I did a little bit of research into it, and it turns out it's been around since at least 2016 on Steam. And this game is interesting because it's a game that, as it says in its description, deals with the issue of contemporary refugee crises, while at the same time being deeply rooted in a classical cyberpunk atmosphere, a la Bladerunner. North features a dark synth-pop soundtrack, much as we're hearing right now, and a sprawling megacity with weird monster-like inhabitants. And this intrigued me because I love Blade Runner. I love weird and wonderful computer game worlds, and crucially, I love the opportunity to get into someone else's head. And the game starts out like this. Dear sister, yesterday I arrived in the city. I know I promised to write sooner. I wanted to. I tried, but the desert is unforgiving and restless, and I didn't have a moment to breathe. You can't even begin to imagine what it's like. The burning heat, the landscapes of fire. I applied for asylum today. The people here speak strangely, so I don't really understand what I have to do. I'm sure I'll figure it out quickly, though. In the meantime, I try to write everything down, so I don't forget how things work around here. Don't be mad at me. I'll write more often from now on. If everything goes according to plan, I'll be able to send you money soon, and maybe you can join me. The South is not a good place for people like us anymore. I hope you're well. Kiss Eric for me. Love, your brother. And so we're playing as the protagonist who has had to move to the north, apparently away from some terrible situation. He clearly has a sister, and Eric maybe is his younger brother, possibly, we're not sure. And here we are, in a strange new world, in a grim world. And as I said in the previous stream, before it collapsed, it puts a whole new spin on the idea of it being grim up north, doesn't it? Now, there's a couple of things that I really was excited about in this game, and one of them is being forced into the role of someone, as it were, who is truly lost or really struggling. And so here for example, we can enter the church. Let's click on that, and I have no idea what to make of this. It's like a 1984 kind of, I don't know what to do. There's all these people, they're staring at us at a wall with an eye looking at them. Is this, what is this place? There's a door there so we can leave, hopefully. Everyone kind of seems to be taller than me, and let's see if I go to the front, convert. I don't necessarily want to convert. Thank you. I'll just go back here. Can I leave? Hopefully I can leave. Exit, yes. And that's exactly it, you see. In fact, interestingly, I often find myself remembering and reflecting on a phrase that my mum once said to me. about church. She was brought up a Catholic, and she was always told if you even set foot in a Protestant church, you'll essentially burst into flames. And that that I imagine is what it feels like to be in a whole other religion's holy space. Because actually, these places, if you are a person of faith, for example, another person's place of faith. Another person's place of faith will be imbued with all sorts of power and danger and weirdness that that can't be quantified or measured conventionally, but will make you feel different. Post a letter. I'll post a letter. Oh, dear sister, next to my apartment there is a church. They call it the Church of the Watching Eye. People just stand there like zombies, like they're already dead. I'm not sure how to join the church, but I think it has something to do with the surveillance cameras. I think I have to be seen by all the cameras in order to prove. In order to prove what? None of this makes sense. I agree. Next to my apartment, nothing makes sense. Your brother. Okay, right, cool. So I thought it was going to be another page. I'm still a bit kerfuffled by that. So next to my apartment, I presume this is. Pretty sure this is my apartment. Go home. And it's not looking good, is it? Other residents lying on a mattress there. Oh. This guy. And the thing is, not only is this game inviting you to get into someone else's head in terms of being in a new, weird, random place, this is also essentially what archaeologists have to do. We have to use a certain amount of empathy and education and experience to interpret evidence of a world that's not a different place, but a different time. Okay. And also, often places where the language is intelligible to us, times when it's intelligible to us. The customs, why are people doing what they're doing? Why are there anatomical drawings lying around in my flat that I'm sharing apparently with 2 other people? What? This is so weird. And I think this is precisely what the game's meant to do. It's meant to make you feel as though you're I suppose figuring it out. You are trying to understand what on earth is going on, why on earth you're here, what are the rules, what can you do, what can't you do, what are these spaces for, what is this space for? It's like an artificial forest. Okay, let's try over here. Enter work. Oh, cool. Okay, I have a job. That's good to know. It's very Victorian industrial looking with the red bricks. And this actually, much like, I suppose, the Stanley Parable, if you haven't watched that video on the YouTube channel, check that out, because the Stanley Parable, feed. You have nothing to offer. Oh, is that like is that molten metal, perhaps? Oh, this is very odd. Stanley Parable explores the nature of agency in a gaming space and how, in many ways, without action and activity, there is no game, in a way which is very compelling. There are crosses. Why are there crosses? And this game, I think, is playing with very similar things. It's pulling on similar levers to make you think about being in a space, in a new space and place, and the power of that through experience. This is weird. This is this is very weird. Okay, let's see. Enter the mines. Oh. Okay, I've got 3 hearts apparently. So apparently there must be, maybe there's a danger element here. Is this dangerous? This must be dangerous. I don't know what my job is. What am I mining? What's the danger? I quite like the music. Said no one about a mine ever. Oh, I quite like this music. Activate jackhammer. Okay. This feels frantic, doesn't it? I died! How did I die? What was deadly? I don't understand. Ugh, okay. Well, I'm going to go back in the mine. Let's see. There must have been something about that process which is dangerous and deadly. So I can turn on the jackhammer, but I can't touch the floating walnut brain thing, apparently. Activate jackhammer. Come on. There we go. Jackhammer activated. So let's go through here. Keep away from the walnut brain thing. Oh, hello, milkshake. Suffocation. The air doesn't look too healthy in these mines. That's a good point. Oh, it could be suffocation. Oh, the guy had a gas mask on. There was a gas mask on the machine. Good point. Good point. So how do I okay, I need a mask of some sort. Enter the mines. Is there safety equipment around here somewhere? Ah, now as you pass through, there's a... That could be a decontamination chamber. Ah. Okay, okay. So maybe I just have to quickly turn things on and then come back into decontamination. As you can see, my hearts are reducing as well, so... Okay. Right, so quickly, jackhammer, come back. To the jackhammer, to the jackhammer. Indeed, maybe find a gas mask. The whole point of this game, in fact, Mr. Milkshake, is that one doesn't have a clue what's going on. North is a game that's designed to give you the sensation of being a stranger in a... Can we get there? Can we get there? Yes! A stranger in a foreign world. There you go. There's a red cross for health. That must be what this is about. Now let's see if doing that jackhammer did anything to the person we need to feed outside. And in particular, this game is meant to be invoking a sense of what it's like to be a refugee in a weird foreign world as well. So I think the sense of what's going on is deliberate. Drink. Okay. Looks like I have another letter to send as well now, which is good. Let's see, can I give this guy anything? No, I can't. I might have to go back in the mine in a sec. Okay, let's go back in the mine. Try a different direction. I mean, I am grinning from ear to ear at the prospect of this weird place, because it's kind of just as weird as I hoped it would be from the descriptions. Okay. Use right to concentrate. Oh! So there are arrows on the wall. Ah, there's another... Okay. So can we push this button and then get jackhammer? This way. Oh. Okay, so that's life replenished. Oh, no, there's the dead space. Are there any jackhammers around here? There's one over there. Cool. Let's get back to the health room. Now, concentrating seems to speed you up, as opposed to doing anything else on the screen. So those bursts of speed I'm getting are from right-clicking on the mouse. There we go. And so I wonder what we have to do to feed the creature in the molten pit out there. Is there something perhaps to retrieve from... Can we touch that? Take stone. Ah, yes. There we go. And oh, wow! Having a job is stressful in this world. What are they mining anyway? They're mining brains, small brains, brain stones. Okay, let's give this to this chap. Yeah, I guess they're mining stone. No, can't. Can we feed him? I don't seem to be able to. If I press this, no. Interesting. So I picked up a stone, and I can't give it to him. Strange. Okay, well, I'm going to go and send a letter anyway, and see what the letter says about what I've been doing. Exit. To be fair, this does feel a bit like well, yeah, the liquid from the pod things I drank from it didn't seem to I could actually pick it up. It looks as though I just immediately drink it. Post letter. My flat is a mess. Oh, it's dirty and humid, and I barely sleep at night. One of my roommates is going completely nuts, constantly mumbling things about the eye controlling his thoughts or whatever. My other roommate just spends his days staring at weird pictures he found in the desert. He says they are memories of those who died on the way. I don't know. He thinks that we're all trapped. They need us here, he said, but they have no use for free men. I work at a factory that seems to provide energy for the lower parts of the city. It's a loud place that smells like sulfur and rot. Okay. There's a creature in a tank filled with some kind of acid. The poor thing is obviously in horrible pain, but I'm neither allowed to touch it nor speak to it. They call it the Mother. I don't know why. My roommate says we will end up in one of those graves planted along the factory. I hope he's wrong. Blimey. The mines are burning hot. It's impossible to stay in there for more than a few seconds, and I constantly have to go back to the healing bay, which is at the entrance of the mines. Yep, so we figured that out. My job is absurd. Basically, I have to activate 3 big jackhammers and collect extracted stones behind the machines. I have no idea what these stones are. I think they are some type of food for the creature in the tank, although they actually look like eggs. Aha! So yes, we do have to give him the stones, or give it the stones. In order to run faster in the mines, I have to drink some kind of bitter liquid they call speeder. Then every time I concentrate, I'm able to run. I mean, run like really, really fast. It hurts my head, it burns my muscles, as if I'm going to explode. My flatmate is right. These people don't care about us. We are just tools to them. A soulless workforce. Oh, blimey. Love your brother. Well, okay, so I was kind of on the right track. It's always nice to have it confirmed in the form of letter to sister. So into the factory to continue with our absurd job. Which, again, this isn't compelling, especially in, as I say, in the context of experiences that I've had in the past with things like Stanley Parable. This is not real. This is not realistic, but it feels the way it feels. wants to be forced into certain activities, or to be in a strange place, or to not quite understand the point of what you're doing quite well. Enter the mines. Okay. Oh no, I need some bitter liquid first, so that I can run fast. I love the sounds of the industry though in the background. Okay. Interestingly though, there's no liquid meter. I don't know how much liquid I have in my reservoir, as it were. Okay, here we go. Right mouse to concentrate. Jackhammer. It's hammer time. And grab the stone. Back to the healing bay. And then off to the jackhammer. Activate the jackhammer, come round. Pick up the stone. And back to the bay. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, and then there's a third one down here somewhere. There it is. Jackhammer. Oh, take the stone. You're a good worker. Woohoo! How very Marxist. Exit game. Oh, exit mine. Cool. So I'm a good worker. I'm fitting into my role in this strange new society. Although I really do hope that these aren't actually the graves of fellow workers. That's bad for morale in a factory. Well, frankly, so is having an obscure job that's deadly for you. Feed! Oh, I'm getting clapped by someone. What's that document mean? Is that something else I can send to my sister? Bad for morale, but good for motivation. Yeah, I can imagine it would be, yeah. This person was Employee of the Month. He only lasted a month, but still he did very well. Okay. You have nothing to say. Well, what was that document that I got? Well, okay, so I now have a document seemingly with spatters of red on it. I wonder what the church has to say. Enter church. No, it's still freaking me out. I'm going to go back. Oh, no. Let's go home, see what happens at home. Everyone's still miserable. Still living in decay. It is. That is the eye. One of my roommates had a mental breakdown over. And the thing is, this I think this is the chap here who's ranting and convinced that the eye is watching. And if you approach the eye, there is the option to convert to the faith. I'm not sure I want to do that. But again, that's so compelling. It's not. So you can be told, you can know that people from another place have a different faith, possibly from the place that they're moving to. But to feel that sense of what on earth is this? What is going on in this building, in this space? That is quite powerful. Because it can be hard to convey, I guess, what norms do to us, especially religious and and ceremonial norms, because they're important to us. They're what often shape our family lives. They mark out significant events in our lives. So I got this. Do I need to work again? Oh, I guess I can try working again. And so when you're confronted with this room with an eye going, "Whoa," then you feel it, and it's precisely the same as if I was asked to go and do some sort of initiation ritual to a animalistic or animistic religion or something. Oh, I cannot go into the mine, so I've done my work. I think the stone was taken by the creature who's in the acid bath. Interestingly, and again, there's no if I press escape, there's no start menu or inventory or anything like that, so I can't see what I've got, what I haven't got. He has, or it has, as it were, been fed. I can't go back in the mine, so there must be something more to do outside the factory. Also, the door having an interesting texture like that almost looks like a old wallpaper or like a section of carpet. Exit the factory. It's all a bit depressing, isn't it? It feels like what I imagine Birmingham is like on some mornings. Then again, people in Birmingham will imagine this is what Newcastle's like on some mornings, I'm sure. And I imagine, yeah, well, not even I imagine, it is. It was quite icy this morning. Okay, I'm going to go in the church. I'm going to see what happens in the church. Since so far I've only discovered the church, work, and my home. Which also is quite familiar. I definitely know from, frankly, experience visiting other countries. You gravitate to a few different places. You learn where you're staying. You learn maybe where you can get some food and you know, and something to drink. If you're there for a meeting or something, you learn where you're going. And then it's hard to branch out from key spots initially in a new place. Do I want to convert? I'll try walking up to the eye. I'll see what happens if I get as close as possible to the eye. That's as far as I can go, I think. Okay, I'm going to convert. Here we go. You have not been seen. Okay. Uh. Uh. Okay. I, I can't get used. I just can't get used to. Apparently, we are playing hide and seek. It's a cosmic, or a societal at least, hide and seek that they're playing. So we have the church thing. We have our flat, where the guys are going nuts, and we have the work where seemingly I can't do any more shift work for today. Can't go down the mine anymore, and that's it. This is a strange place. Let's go back in the flat and see what happens, what's going on. Go home. Can we talk to anyone? Can we open anything? Oh! That's a new letter I can send. Okay, cool. There's no pub. No pub. Let's go to the Winchester and wait for it all to blow over. How's that for a slice of fried gold? And there's all these strange images in the flat. But these are the images that my compatriot has been gathering from the desert, I think, on his way here. I think this is the guy who's been gathering the images. So presumably I look like this person, I guess, even though I'm shorter than everyone else that I've met so far in this world. They do, yeah, they look like asylum baths. There's also, there's a anatomical drawing just here. And we have an X-ray, sort of like an engraving type thing, a lady at a window, and no one's responding to me. But I do have another letter to send, so I'll go and send it. Send the letter. Oh wow, the lighting has gone a bit weird, hasn't it? It's got a purple and green hazes on it, on the edge. Okay. Post the letter. One of my moonmates brought some drugs. She told me that the pills would help her control her dreams. Become lucid, she said. She wants me to wants to manipulate the doctors so they believe her story. At least that was the plan. She's sick now, dying maybe. I don't think I've seen her awake in days. Oh dear. Oh dear indeed. Okay. Did I think I might have taken some drugs by accident. That's why. Yeah, why are the pictures of real humans and not local creatures? That's a very good question. I really do think I accidentally clicked on the bottles though and took drugs. And that's why the world's gone a bit weird. Hey, I wonder what it's going to be like visiting the acid bath guy if I've taken some drugs. Let's go and see. Should I do that if I'm in a new country? Should I go and go to work having taken some unknown pills? You never know, the guy might speak to me, I might get some enlightenment from him. No, he's still in his acid bath in agony. What do we do? What do we do? Maybe with the pills I can go in the church and see something new. Ah, maybe. Although now the effect seems to have worn off. Interesting. Okay, right, so back in the house. Let's see if I can take the pills. Yes, I did. I accidentally took pills. So take the pills. Brilliant. Right, now, so now... I've never said that in real life ever before. I've taken the pills. Brilliant. Excellent. Now to church. So I'm in church. I'm tripping. Let's see if I am seen this time. I've not been seen. Ah. Okay. So it seems that pills and church don't work. There's a lesson for the day. And I'm still on the pills because the colour you can see has changed. So what? Yeah, what does a person have to do to get converted these days? This is a very picky religion. Normally they're not that picky, unless it's like Shinto or something, where you're some sort of no, I have nothing to say. Associated honor code or something. I don't understand. So what did she say? She said that she was trying to control her dreams by taking the pills. So if we're both on the pills, can we talk to each other? No, we can't talk to each other. I'll take more pills. I should also say I've never said that before either. Quite like that. I'll take more pills. Can't talk to him. This is a very obscure experience, isn't it? Becoming a lucid dreamer, exactly, yeah. I wonder how we can Because I don't think I can sleep either. I don't think can I go to sleep? No, that's a carpet on the floor. Can I go to sleep here? No. There's an X-ray of a hand there. Or two hands. Strange, strange. I must be missing something. I'll go back in the factory, and this time I won't talk to the acid guy. I'll talk to the... I'll try and go into the mine. Although I don't seem to be having the effects of the pills in the factory, oddly enough. Have a drink. Of my concentration juice. Just looking right and left in case there's anything I've missed. Factory 2 messed up, you don't need to be drugged. Well, that's a good point. Nope, can't go. I can't go into the mine. So clearly that's that done. I mean, come on. I've been playing computer games in one way or another for 30 years now. Since at least 1990. I don't understand. No, I'm not missing anything here or there or above the door. Exit, and yes, the drugs have run their course. They've worked their way through my system, as it were. But yeah, there's nothing. This can't be it, though, in terms of the church doesn't convert me. If I go home, there's just a person lying on the floor on 2 mattresses, barely moving. I can take some more pills. See anything out here? No. None of this is clickable. It must be something to do with the pills, mustn't it? It must be. I'm doing the old thing of just clicking on everything now. Yeah, we've seen the asylum bathtubs. Where do the wires go? Oh, the wires go to the floor there. There's a wire being used as a carpet hanger. Take the pills. Okay, so the world looks a bit different with the pills. That's something. Now there are... Right mouse to be seen! Aha! Because security camera there. So maybe I need to go, la, and be seen by the security camera. Aha. Hello, security camera. Now what this has to do with religious significance, goodness me. It's hard to know. I wonder if you're not seen, perhaps you don't exist, perhaps you don't have rights or access to the afterlife or whatever. It's an often repeated thoughts that I have, or piece of information that I often repeat to myself is in ancient Egypt, if someone forgot your name, then you essentially were maybe in China where they need your face on their security system. That's a good point, actually. Yeah. Well, in public toilets in some parts of China, you can't get access to loo roll unless your face is recognised. But yes, in ancient Egypt, if in ancient Egypt, if people didn't know your name, if they forgot your name, you risked being lost forever. Okay, so I've been seen. Convert. Right mouse. Yeah. I've not been seen. What? What? I was seen twice. Oh dear. Maybe there's another security camera I have to get. It is a scam. It's a scam. This particular religion is a scam. I will not comment on others. But this one is a very strange one. Okay, I'm still drugged up. Let's see. So I've been seen by that one. I've been seen by that one. There must be another one somewhere for me to be seen by. Come on, where are you? Come on, security camera. All we wanted to be part of this community and we get denied like this. Yeah, absolutely. That is very thematic to this game. Because that's the other thing as well, actually, again, as with the Stanley Parable, we are compelled as players of the game to do whatever needs to be done to progress, to proceed. So as disturbing as it is, for example, to convert to a religion where there's an eye just going at you, as a game player, you do this. This is what you do to move things along. And in this instance, what you're trying to do is assimilate into this society, fit in, which is coming back around on the circle. Pretty into the eye thingy, to be honest. Which is ultimately the goal of people who are seeking asylum and refuge in another country. Fitting in. No one moves to a new place for the most part just to make their life difficult. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that you don't live with people who are familiar to you, or you don't seek out food that's familiar to you. Little Italy, Chinatown, Greek and Irish quarters, etc. in New York. People have always done that, and they always will. But broadly speaking, especially in that American context, getting into America, making your way in America, for example, was the goal. And in this instance, the goal is to, I think, be converted to the I religion. Okay, can we be seen without the drugs? The thing is, we've already been seen by that camera. Are there any other cameras to be seen by? I think there's only two. Is there anything else for me to say? I have nothing to say, okay. I know it feels like I'm going around in circles. And that's because I am going around in circles. Enter church. Okay. Is there somewhere else for me to be seen? What if I sort of stand in the middle of everyone? Oh, what if I face everyone? Ah. So I'll go along here and I'll turn around and be seen by everyone. Does that help? Hello? See me. See me. I like Gary Oldman in the Dracula movie. See me. I have swam through oceans of time to be with you. Nope. Oh, sorry. What happens if I left click? They are pretty tall. They are very tall compared to me. It's hard to know if they're actually standing on the floor or not. Are they floating? I mean, as an abstract art sort of experience, this game is very interesting. And again, it really does engender emotions of being an outsider. I've got no clue what's going on. Although, I think we're figuring some stuff out. So we've been seen by security cameras. And obviously, what's to the left of the church? I don't think we can get... Oh, can we? No. Oh. I think I've wandered into a glitchy space, so I'm not necessarily meant to be. Oh, and now, yeah. And now I'm by my house. No problem. It's not, it's worth exploring all this stuff. I have nothing to say. So no letters to send. I can't sit on the bench over here. I've been seen by 2 security cameras, but nothing else. And we have the weird, slightly depressing kind of monolithic, well no, sorry, multi-monolithic space here. This is so interesting. Okay. So interesting, but also quite miserable. I mean, I wonder what this person's life, what my life in this game was like before I came to the north. What was the south like? Was it any better? At the beginning, he says that the south is no place for people like him and his sister anymore. But I mean, there's clearly a sort of, I don't know if if it's meant to be literally a Christian not judo, but it's a Christian kind of thing going on with the graves here, or if this is just like a universal symbol for grave in this computer game language. I don't know if it's just meant to signify graves or if it's meant to signify Christian graves. That's hard to know, isn't it? Obviously, in reality, it signifies Christian graves, but I'm not sure that there is Christianity in this game world, if that makes sense. And I can't sort of interact with these things. I can't go into there. This is strange. I feel as though I'm missing something, but at the same time, the cross could also be a thing as when you put on a sword and blade straight into the ground. Also, would have shaped a cross symbol to mark graves. That's a good point. Yes. So if you stick swords in the ground, they would look like that. So this could be, what's the word? Convergent evolution, as opposed to connected to one thing or the other. So a bit like pterodactyls and birds being different but having very similar things. Actually, no, they're related, aren't they? Are they related? Anyway, creatures that look similar, like fins or whatever, they evolve independently. These are symbols that have evolved independently, perhaps potentially. I like that as a thought, because I don't think it is a Christian grave. I think they're simply graves. So we're back out. And this sense of frustration, I'm sure, is also meant to be engendered by this game. The sense of, what? Come on, tell me what to do. I want to do it. Just tell me what to do. myself going into corners now. Ooh, enter. What? This thing was right behind me. This is where. This is where you start the game. And okay, let's enter the elevator. Oh my goodness me. Hello. I like the lift music. That's quite funny, but I can't leave. What? Are they alive? They must be alive. No, can't leave yet. Use elevator. Oh! There are different levels. What? We're 50 minutes into this game. They look wonderful today. What level are we on? It must be on level 1, so let's try level 2. Wowzers. That was weird. That was weird. It's Mr. and Mrs. Blob from upstairs. Well, okay, we've made progress. Yay! After an embarrassing amount of time not looking back in that back corner. Okay. This feels like a necropolis, doesn't it? City of the Dead. Ooh, I send a letter. The city is so empty. I mean, all you can see buildings and hear cars, and obviously millions of people live here. A whole new world. But you almost never see anyone on the streets. I never saw a child, not a single one. Can you imagine that? It's like everyone is either old or dead. Your brother. He's not very happy, is he? Okay. What's this door? Enter police station. Go on then. Oh, yay, yay. This feels a bit 1984, doesn't it? Welcome to the Hall of Justice. No, that's Judge Dredd. Oh, hello. Okay. Oh. Is that the police station desk? Can we get in there? Open door. Wait. Number. Wow. Yeah, I've been there before. Wait. No. You are number. Your customer or your custom is important to us. So is these the people who are in charge? So these are the people whose world we've moved into, and the sort of the grey alien types are us, are me. So the people in the church are people like me, Southerners, I guess, who are converted or converting to the I faith. Pass the test. Okay. Let's try passing the test. I have no clue. What? Yeah. Let's go over here. Recognize. Don't recognize. I don't recognize that. Do I recognize that? This is all very... Oh, there are no kids. Good point. Although I do recognize the hand X-ray. Okay, yeah, maybe they don't want me to recognize kids, so I've not recognized that. I do recognize the X-ray because we've seen a picture of the X-ray. So I recognize that. I won't recognise the kid. And I do recognise that because we've seen images of that. Oh, well, theories are very welcome though, that's fine. But we've got the... There we go. The anatomical imagery, I guess. That's more anatomical imagery. I guess we'll try that. Recognise, yeah. Don't recognise kid. Do I recognise that? I don't know if I recognise that. It's also interesting as well because you're not trying to pass. You're not answering honestly. You're trying to pass a test that this society is making you want to pass because you want to fit in, because you want to. Yeah, it's clever. I don't know. I'll come back to that one. Ooh, what's that? Is that a giant? It's like a whale heart or something up there. Oh. Oh, it's an... Oh, that's weird. Ugh. Okay, I won't recognise that. And then I do... Let's say yes to this guy. And then one more to go. That's children playing, so no. You're guilty? What am I guilty of? Animal made from machine parts. Yep. I think it's an animal hooked up to iron lung type thing, or a heart. Mechanistic world image. You're guilty. What does that mean? What does that mean? How can we pass the test? Well, yes. Obviously, you're guilty means you've done something bad. In the context of gameplay, I wonder what that means. Yeah. Okay. Waiting. Waiting. Okay. No. Thank you for that. Oh, I've got a letter. Let's see what the letter says. Because in reading my own letters, I get to understand what I'm thinking. Yeah, exactly. Well, all you can do is agree with the overlord blobs, really. To prove I'm not a terrorist, I have to watch videos of people. They all look unreal, slightly faded away like a dream from the past. The police want me to say which person I recognise, but I've never seen any of them. Who are they? Are they dead? It looks like they've been experimented on, like someone did horrible things to them. Sometimes I fear that I'm looking at ghosts, and that I'll end up on the screens too. The officer at the police station is an enormously fat woman who speaks with a weird accent. She doesn't like me. She says people like us can't be trusted. The natives seem to think that everyone from the south is a terrorist, but I saw what they do in the desert. Who are they to judge? Anyway, I think I spent too many hours waiting in lines, filling out forms. Believe it or not, some days I miss the desert. Love your brother. Dear. So, it's all about whether or not I'm a threat to these people, to these blob things, and whether or not I can pass this test to not be seen as a terroristic threat to the blob things. We can do that. So let's wait again. Wait. So recognize people or not? That's a good question. I don't know. So, okay, do I recognize this? This seems to be mainly... That's bone and machine. So, let's go with that. So maybe if you got a clear face, it's a recognise, and it's a non-face, it's a not. I think maybe, yeah. So if I can go, oh look, child, lovely, recognise. Oh look, weird anatomical thingy-mabobs. No. Oh look, weird anatomical thingy-mabobs. Poking in the eye. No. Oh look, there's a child. That's a happy face. Or a happy thing. Recognise. There's a person. Now, I did recognise him before. I will not recognise him this time. And there's a dog thingy-mabob with a... That's just so perverse, isn't it? What they've done to that dog. Yes, do I recognise? Do I not recognise? I guess I recognise. And then... Recognise? And... Recognise. You're guilty! What? I guess, well, my pattern in that instance was going with initial thoughts of whatever made me think happy thoughts, I suppose. So if something seemed to have, lots of people in it or children in it, I go, happy thoughts. Okay, pass the test one more time. So, child. Try the non-face theory. Okay. So should I like faces or not like faces? What do you think? Because I can't quite decide. They ask you to recognise the people, not the video. If there's a face, you can recognise. Oh, I see. Right, yes, okay. Why, I can recognise the face? Well, except there isn't. There is, though. I don't recognise... Okay, so I don't know that person. Okay, let's try that. I do recognise this. No, but except... But my friend has imagery like this from the desert in the flat. So stuff like, for example, X-rays of hands that we've seen. And maybe we're meant to not recognise that. Because that might be illicit material or something. I don't recognise that, because I've not seen it before. I don't know. I mean, obviously I don't recognise this, but do I go yes? Okay. No, but that's the imagery that we've seen in the flat, so no. And if I'm wrong on this, I'll try the other way next time. No. So far I've not recognised everything. Is that good? No, I don't recognise that. Yes, it might be good. Let's just try going no on everything. I definitely don't recognise a dog that's just hooked up to a machine. A second you recognise you might be a terrorist. That's true, actually. Nope, guilty. If you're guilty, if you don't recognise everything. Okay. I will come back to this. I will come back to this because so close. Yep. Clearly. This place is so grim. Ooh, nice floor. Can we go through this door over here? Enter immigration office. Oh, blimey. Got another letter to post. What's happening? Oh. Oh, I was just facing into a door then. I was waiting with my face against a black wall for a couple of seconds then. That was interesting. So that wasn't the immigration office, I guess. What are the rules of this place? You accursed northerners. Can we post the letter? Let's see what I have to say to my sister. Post letter. Dear sister, this city is so empty. I mean, you can see buildings and hear cars. Obviously, millions of people live here, but you almost never see people in the streets. I've already sent this letter. Okay. So immigration office doesn't take me anywhere. The police test, it seems to be impossible to pass. Is this just what it's like being in a new country with a Kafkaesque civil service? And these guys are so weird looking. Okay. Right. Use elevator. 3. I didn't try your face theory. That's a good point, actually. Yes, let's try the face theory. So let's stay on 2. But I don't, forgive me, I don't quite understand. So are you saying that if I can see a face, an individual face, then I recognize it? If it's just a mass of people, for example, then I do not recognize it. If it's a dog, like a proper face, yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, I can do that. Let's try that. Into the police station. That's true, they said they want me to recognise people, yes. Well, the thing is, I was trying to recognise people, but maybe too many people at once is not it doesn't count as people, yeah. So, person, I can recognise that. Recognise. Oh, can we recognise that? We'll come back to that. This one, I do not recognise. No, exactly, I don't see faces on that one either, actually. Okay, do not recognise. Just for now. I see a face, so I recognise that. I recognise that. Where's that? There we go. That's much more obscure, isn't it? So I do not recognise. Face, I do recognise. Face. I think. Yeah, face, okay. Do recognise. Too many people. Do not recognise. You're guilty. Yeah. Rats. Yep. Damn it, indeed. This is the sort of thing that just makes you just want to just scream. Okay. Let's. I want you to recognize people. Okay, one more try. One more try. Surely we can get this. I mean, it's not that hard to recognize people. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. This is one of the reasons I enjoy streaming, is that I get to actually get people's input. So this thing, let's say yes. This thing, I'm gonna say no. This thing, we've seen similar imagery in the flat, so recognize. This thing, I'm going to recognize. This thing, I'm going to not recognize. This thing, I don't recognize, I'm afraid. I don't think I do. This thing, I don't recognize. Don't recognize, and don't recognize. You're guilty. Fine. Right, I'm gonna go back to the house and see what's actually on the walls. There is there some sort of reference to these things? But this thing, yeah. But as you say, you're meant to recognize people. Ugh. Just obscure, strange police station. Mumble grumble. And these, oh, they've gone. Cool, I can occupy this space now in the lift. Yeah. And no, let's go to level 1. Only from the local thingy. Yes. So images from the immigrants include X-rays. So that's something that maybe I should not admit to recognizing, perhaps. There's a person standing in a bucket being wrapped up. It's like some sort of sitting down bath thingy. And then this guy is studying all of these images very carefully. Another X-ray, human anatomy. They're very strange images, aren't they? Not typical fare. A silent bathtub again. Listen to the radio. Something about compost, I think. So I've got another letter to send. Let's see if we can do that. Dear sister, on this radio they tell stories about the South sometimes, about the protests, the hunger, the diseases. Even for someone that had to flee from that place, it seems so much worse than it really is. Like we are animals. Like we come from hell. I miss it sometimes. My hell. You, Eric. I miss my freedom too. Everything here is monitored. My thoughts do not feel like my own anymore. As if There was a voice in my head ordering me what to do. I haven't heard from you since I left. I miss you. Love, your brother. Well, the sense of isolation and confusion is definitely strong. Oh! A fellow southerner. But again, really tall compared to me. Why am I such a small southerner? Maybe the police test is rigged. I think it may well be rigged, you know. Let's take a look at level 3 while we're here. Oh! We're up on the roof. Up on the roof! Don't do it. Don't do it. See the doctors. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, it's like Manhattan, Dr. Manhattan. Take the pill, exit. I'll take the pill. Fall asleep. Oh, blimey. So far, I'm just taking everything I can see. Oh, yay. Okay. Epilepsy warning would have been helpful there, I think. Oh, wow, so I can move around as we're sort of flying through this. Whoa! Trippy! I took a pill, and now I'm really close to a desert floor. Oh, no, now I'm... Wow! Well, I suppose if you're exposed to drugs that random people give you, I guess is, you know, you're gonna have... Oh, if I move, everything goes blurry. If I stay still, everything stays nice and sharp. Move, blurry, blurry. Wake up. Okay, doctor, I'm gonna exit now. Thank you. That was weird. I don't think those doctors necessarily are the nicest people. Why are they up on top of this building? That was fun. Well, I wonder if you'd have the... Actually, shall we see if we have the same druggy experience if we take more pills? Take the pill. Fall asleep. Yes, okay, so it's the same. It's like having predator vision, but being really, really fast. What does this mean? Oh, yay, it's happening again. If I keep on scrolling to the right, maybe I'll get to something else that makes sense. Oh, no, whoa. I mean, it's kind of relaxing when you just decide to go with it. But I wonder if going to the doctors will be good or bad for my police test. Do these things interact, I wonder? Okay, I'm going to exit the doctors now. Thank you, doctors. Creepy-eyed weirdos. Oh, no one in the elevator. Or the lift. Okay, I'm going to try one more time at the police station, and then I might have to call it a day for part 1 of the North. In so much as it's Monday morning and I have things to be getting on with. But I figured I'd sneak in a cheeky stream. I definitely want to try and stream more regularly this year. And hopefully continue to build on... Oh, we can talk to this person. Oh, we got a letter. Let's see what this letter says. to build on our experience as well in Skyrim Archaeological Survey and also Zelda Archaeology as well. Liv and I have been making plans. I told the doctors why I had to leave the south, the insults, the beatings, the threats. I told them everything. I'm not sure, but I think they are supposed to determine if my story is real. They gave me pills that make me fall asleep. I don't know what happens then. I think they watch my dreams. Okay. Now in red, well, obviously we've watched the dreams. In the corridor from the police station, there is a poor old guy who comes every day. I don't know what he does there. He seems sad. Today he told me that all the people on the screens are terrorists except the kids. Aha! He says I should recognize only the kids. So you're onto something. We're onto something in terms of faces, but it's only the kids. So grown-ups, all grown-ups are tainted potential terrorists in this instance. I asked him who the kids are, but he just said, when the world was young and we were all dying of thirst, what did I do? I hid, like we all hide, when darkness is at our doorstep. Okay. Love your brother. So reading letters, reading in these letters are so important to read what I've already written before I send it, or as I send it. Thank you, old man. You are wise in the ways of passing the police test. Open the door. Wait. 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 And pass the test. So just recognize the kids, and we should be fine. Hey kids, I recognize you. Oh, I do not recognize you. No. Hey kids, I recognize you. Do not recognize you. Do not recognize you. Hey kid, I recognize you. I do not recognize you, older person. You could be dangerous. I do not recognize you. And finally, oh, it's a combination of kids and grown-ups, is it? Or is it all? No, I think it's just grown-ups mucking about, actually. Deceptive trick. Don't recognize. Good job! I get a clap. Yes! I'm winning in this society. The police station has given me a clap. Thank you, police lady. Thank you. I feel safer already. So I've learned what to recognize and what to not to recognize as a terroristic thingy-mabob. And I guess actually, tell you what, let's sneak in a quick trip back to the church. I wonder if I'll get recognized now that I have passed the test. Although actually, now I've passed the test, can I go to the immigration? Let's go to the immigration office. Oh, I feel excited. I've passed the test. Which I think, again, is another indication of how good this game actually is in terms of engendering that experience that they're aiming for. I feel somehow elated that I've passed this obscure, random, weird test that's entirely arbitrary. I'm like, yes, I'm getting somewhere. Woohoo! Immigration office. You have to convert first. Oh, okay. So it's going down to level 1 and converting. So yes, let's go back to the church. Let's see if I can convert now that I've passed the police test that's shown that I'm not a terrorist threat. Yes. I like the way the architecture here, being a little bit more complicated, makes it feel like this is possibly a slightly more well-to-do area. The cobbled stones and the, I don't know, vaguely Greek. I mean, again, very Bladerunner, isn't it? It's very, Very appropriate. I like the carpet as well. Level 1. Ping! You have arrived. So maybe the drugs was just a distraction. Duh. I can hear my wife, Mrs. Soup, saying, of course they were. Taking lots of drugs isn't going to help you in the new place. Right, Master Convert, have I been seen? You have not been seen! Oh, oh no. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for now. Until part 2, I think. This has been interesting. And in part 2, I guess I need to try and be seen in order to convert to the religion, in order to get into the immigration office, in order to presumably... I don't even know what I'm trying to achieve in this game. Religion is the drugs for the people, but you are denied the drugs. Oh, that's a good point. The opiate of the people, I believe, was the... what was it? It was... Ubermensch guy. Was it Ubermensch? Or no, I'm getting my philosophers confused now. Opiate of the masses. Marx again? Anyway. I'm going to leave it there for today, I think. It is interesting. And again, crucially, I don't quite know what on earth it is I'm aiming for in this game. Or indeed, I imagine that's the point. What on earth are we trying to achieve in this society? I guess I'm trying to become a citizen of some sort. Fun was had. I will take care. Next time, I guess we'll try to be seen. I'll try to convert. I'll try to get into the immigration office, and then do whatever else is the indicated next step. As ever, guys, until next time, do take care. Bye-bye.